These are the 5 guys who finished on top of the final roll-off for this series, and we are now left with just 2 of them. Our number 3 seed, Chris Sargent, who's won 2 matches in a row, and our top seed, Bruno DeFeo. We talked about the big 703 roll-off score. That gives him the advantage, if you will, of rolling last here in this championship match. But Chris Sargent is on a big-time roll here with 2 wins in a row. 2 weeks ago, he rolled a 373, and then last week a 457. Which even still was... Oh! I got to learn to talk faster. Started this way last week, Dan.
No, a lot at stake this week. Not only the winning prize money, but the tournament of champions. So this guarantees these bowlers the winner a lot more than just today's paycheck.
What I started to say was, even last week's 457 was some 37 pins short of Chris's all-time high triple, which is 494. Looking for spare on strike to start the match. No.
Would cost him.
All right, come
on. And the 8. So 26 for the opening pair. And for the first time in a couple of years here on the wins, our bowling series, Bruno DeFeo from East Boston. Another fine young candlepin bowler. Well, Bruno missed the head pin, but not too bad. The 1-2, a 1-3, and 10 with an angled wood. He'll use it, and it's not enough.
Yeah, the wood was too deep. That's why you have to, and plus he went too far left on it anyways. But he'll take the 10 bucks.
Bruno now on lane 31 on the head pin this time, getting a pretty good mix. Boy, he moved that 5 pin way off the spot. It's about the 4.5 pin right now.
Yeah, it's originally was the 5, 6, 7.
See if he can convert this with all the wood. Nope. Once again. 2 possible spares, but the wood didn't quite help enough either time.
So it's an early 7-pin advantage for Chris Sargent.
Chris last week, 20 marks in the 30 boxes. He had 9 marks in the 3rd game. He started with 3, then had a 10 box, then had 6 in a row to finish out. He had $200 in bonus money last week. And he's got maybe a strike here. Let's see. Nope, it'll be a 9-drop. Well, the wood's going to roll for a while, but it will stay at that angle. So if he wants to use it, he can certainly use it. You have to wait a little while, though.
Now it's getting into the area where you have to make your mind up what you're going to do, because you won't want to change your mind halfway through your approach and hit the cap or something. I'd say he's going to go right at the pin, though. He's been pretty sharp the last few weeks.
Oh, no, that was a 9 box. Off the piece of wood in the channel. No need for a replay on that one to determine it. That was clearly off the wood. Back on the head pin. How about another 9-drop? Well, of course, you've mentioned many times, if you miss a single, it's automatic.
That's right. 8-9 or strike. Make you feel real good about missing a single the box before. Well, spare in the 4th.
Bruno DeFeo looking for his first mark.
It won't be long before he puts it up there either. See his average at 124.
Just pulled it a little bit. leaving the Four Horsemen. The winner of this match, as Dan mentioned earlier, goes into the Tournament of Champions and will be making their first appearance in the tournament. Outside, and would you believe 3 times in a row, 1 pin costs him the spare. Take the 10. Next week, of course, next Sunday here at 12 noon, we begin our last regular season series that will move us toward our 6th and final qualifier for the Tournament of Champions. We don't know as of now who the bowlers will be for next week, but I guarantee you one thing, everybody who can will be going for that last roll-off to try and get in the last series of the year. And 4 times in a row.
What, are you kidding me?
That's 4 straight boxes that Bruno has left 1 pin standing on the second ball. Takes the 10 this time, pinning well, 39 through 4, but still looking for the first mark.
Stay focused. Come on now. Drop the ball, baby. Right here now. Load it up now.
Chris Sargent working on a spare.
10 times. Hey!
And through the heart. Spread eagle. 4 Phil.
That didn't happen too many times last week for Chris.
Just happened on the last ball of the match.
That's right.
Oh, my. He scared it. He left the 2 and the 7. $10 for Chris, 59 half. Watch the cut shot here.
Just slices that 3 pin, takes out the 4.
Boy,
That's
really
all.
deserved better. The way you cut that over there. Thin hit. Look at the result. There's the strike. Thin hit, but just give it a little time.
There you go. There you go.
Someone behind us said, throw it a little quicker next time. Take the suspense out of it.
A little quicker.
Bruno in the Brooklyn pocket this time, and well,
Shot that Chris made last week. Of course, he made every shot last week.
Bruno looking to make something there because he's looking for that first mark. He'll take a 9. Again to the left. Still there for a possible spare leave. The Four Horsemen plus the 9 in the back with Wood. Let's see.
Oh, my. Wow.
It's 5 out of 6. So, still open is Bruno DeFeo with 3 10s and 3 9s in the first 6 boxes. Meanwhile, Chris Sargent working on a strike. This crowd will tell you if he throws another one.
Come on, catch it up. There you go. Come on, turn, Wood. Come on, Wood. All right, get out of there, Wood. Then you're not gonna help. Get out. Give him some room.
3 6 10.
This for a spare on strike and set himself up for bonus money, but increase his lead as well.
Nope. Just missed it.
Come on, have the stick. All right, stick 9. Come on, have that 10. Come on.
The 10, 88 through 7.
Have one here now. Come on, have one for the
Chris and his wife Jean are expecting a baby in just a few weeks, sometime in April, to join 2.5-year-old Patrick in the household.
Get it out there.
Oh, the spare. Great spare, playing it outside, and the 10 pin, the last to go, just to make it look good. Right there on the tap.
You see 6 pins up there, you say, well, he's got a good shot of being open this time, and he makes the spare anyways. That's uncanny of him. Nothing is safe. Bruno looking for his first mark, and there we go.
Boy.
7 pin.
And there it is for the spare. Get that first one up there, and to have it go this long and then have to hit a single, that's a tough shot right there.
I was just wondering myself how much he's pressing. Figuring he hasn't got one yet, but he was right on the 7 pins as soon as the ball left his hand.
Now trying to make it pay off, and he does with a strike on spare.
Patience, that's all I can say, and Bruno's got it. He knew he wasn't bowling that badly the first 6 frames. Hit a few, didn't get them, and finally strike on spare.
On a spare for Chris Sargent, 7, a tough split.
You know, these are the 2 pins he split earlier on the spread eagle and got the 4 pin, left the 2 and 7. Not this time.
That time he looked like he was trying to play it on the inside, try and bang that 3 pin off the wall.
Have one here now, come on. Hey, that's a nice ball.
2 and 7, wood in between. It's interesting how this game goes sometimes, Dan. A couple of weeks ago when Chris first came in, he just never really felt comfortable, he said, and he threw 3 games all under 130, all under his average, and he still won. And then last week he didn't throw anything under 140.
Change his shoes or something, be more comfortable, or what did he do? Yeah, certainly was a different bowler last week than the week before.
Bruno DeFeo with a chance to take the lead if he were to put up something here in the final 2. He's working on a strike.
And also a chance for bonus money, 2 in a row.
First chance for either bowler today. On the strike, there's a double.
Now he's going to be shooting for $250.
He's got 25 now.
This time he picks on the 1-2 pocket. 6 and 8, 6 and 9, the last 2 pins that go down. Looking for the $250 ball with another strike. He's got a shot at it.
Boy, didn't get as good a break as he might have on a ball that was somewhat flush on the head pin.
Well, 3, 6, and 7 with a couple pieces of wood. One angled looks like pretty favorably towards a 7, so this could be another $25 for him.
It is. And all of a sudden, Bruno DeFeo is not only going to have the lead, he's going to have a double-digit lead after 1 game.
It was 57 through 6. He's 124 right now through 9. So the computer will catch up when we put this last ball in. Another one right in there.
Oh, how about that for a finish? An 8-drop, a 142 for Bruno DeFeo, and a 20-pin lead as Bruno puts up 85 pins in the last 4 boxes. And we'll be back with Game 2 of this championship match in a minute. Coming up at the end of the hour, our bonus ball contest. You can only win if we have your postcard. And we've got to have regular sized postcards because you know what we do with those oversized ones. We have Dan rip them up. Send your name, your full address, and your number from 1 to 10, the number of pins you think will drop on the bonus ball at the end of the show, and mail those cards into Park Place Lanes, Route 28, Windham, New Hampshire, 03087. And good luck. We had a big winner a couple of weeks ago, and we're at $30 this week, but of course a couple of sets of brand new bowling balls on the line as well, and we always have a lot of fun with that with the bowlers. Bruno DeFeo, what a finish in game 1. 4 marks in a row, including a double strike. Picks up a quick $50 in bonus money and takes the lead by 20. In fact, in 4 boxes, Dan, he went from down by 21 to up by 20.
Double spare, double strike, spare. I'll do that.
How about another one? Yes. Boy, it seems like all of a sudden, cosmically, Bruno is making up for all the ones that he didn't quite convert in the first game.
Yeah, that 142, a pin here and pin there couldn't be up close to 170.
Oh, my word. Solid 9-pin.
I'd want to catch a piece of the wood, the left piece, down low. That'll give me 2 shots, one coming off the wall. No, not there.
Oh, the ball came back, but not enough to help. $10. Well, certainly if you were with us last week, you know that there is a lot of time to go, especially with these two guys. And this man right here, based on what he did last week, cannot be counted out of it by any means. Oh, bad luck there. Those 2 pins collided in the middle of the lane.
Find a way, buddy, find a way.
Trying to sweep it, and what a shot. Oh, he went as far left as he possibly could on that wood. That's what he had to do, and what a great shot he made.
I have to be honest, I did not see that. I figured he had to go to the other piece of wood. I thought that was too deep. What a great shot.
Oh, yeah, that's a strike on spare.
You know, that's what happens when you make a great shot like that. Good things start to happen for you, and then get this crowd going again. Great spare, and then to top it off, the strike.
Getting to sound like a football game in here again. Bruno DeFeo.
Bruno had kind of taken Chris's rooters out of the game at the end of that first game with his flurry of spare, double strike, spare, but they're back.
Bruno just a little bit short, trying to convert. Bruno from East Boston, Massachusetts. That's where he does a lot of his bowling, at the Central Park Lanes. He works for Raffi and Swanson Incorporated as a chemical operator. And Bruno is engaged. His fiance's name is Dory. And after the 10 box, right back in the pocket again. A little tap on the 7-pin, but not enough.
That's the pin that got him going the first game, when he knocked down the 7-pin on lane 32 to start that streak of 4 marks in a row.
That's right. Nope, he's got another one. That's 6 marks now for Bruno DeFeo, and they've all come in the last 8 boxes. Chris Sargent also has 6 marks, 3 spares, 3 strikes, and he's working on a strike right now with a shot at bonus money. Rockingham, Toyota, Dodge, Nissan. provides our bonus money prizes for the bowlers. Come to Salem and Save, Route 97, Salem, New Hampshire. Rockingham, Toyota, Dodge, Nissan, and not enough magic this time, I don't think, for Bruno. It'll be an 8 fill, or rather for Chris, it'll be an 8 fill on the strike. And the 10 box. So he's made up 9 pins. He's opposite of Mark here in the 4th.
Come on, let that ball work. Get it out now. Come on. Come on, answer the call. Have one for here now. Come on.
Well, what about that for an off-target ball? Leaves just the 1 and the 3.
It seemed like he eased up on the ball those last few frames. And a lot of times that breaks your momentum a little bit. Missed the head pin, but it got a good break. This time he's right back on the head pin with authority.
Well, what else could you have expected? Both bowlers working on marks when we come back, just about halfway through this championship match. Candlepin Stars and Strikes returns to Park Place Lanes in Wyndham after these messages. All right, both bowlers working on marks. Bruno DeFeo will be first.
Pin missing on lane 32.
Bruno saw it right away. He knew right away. Now with full rack, 7 on the spare.
And the 3, 6, 10 to shoot at. Piece of wood in between the 3 and the 6.
Ooh, wow. I think he was concerned about hitting too much of the wood.
Yeah, but hit something. Give yourself a chance of making the spare. It's going to go now.
Yep.
Yeah, it always does after you. Sometimes you try to be too careful.
Yep. Bit of a punch out that time.
3, 6, 4, 7 piece of wood behind the 3, 6 and in front of the 4, 7. I don't think it'll do him much good to be on the inside. I think he's still going to have to split the 3, 6. That's what he's tried to do.
So, a little opening for Chris Sargent, who still trails here. It's a 9 for Bruno.
Come on, walk it, throw it out. Come on.
18 pins. That's the lead for Bruno DeFeo, minus this ball. So with a decent fill, lead will only be in single numbers.
8, 9. 9 is the fill, leaving the 9 pin.
So he cuts the lead in half.
Right at it.
Plenty of room. Oh, uses the wood and does not make it.
I don't think he meant to use the wood. He just lost that ball to the left. As soon as he stood up, put his arms up, he knew he didn't want to do that.
Well, an opportunity lost there.
Yep, both bowlers now missed Bruno the 3-pinner and now the single for Chris.
Well, halfway through for both bowlers, 15 boxes. The scores, Bruno DeFeo at...
Ooh, bad break there.
15 boxes, Dan. Bruno DeFeo at 208. Chris Sargent at 199. Not too shabby.
9-10.
Come on, don't go. No. Right there. Red line it.
Everybody talking, giving advice.
Yeah, I think so.
Rooting for the woods.
You said red line. I think I'd want to go left-hand tip. But
Yeah, I agree. So does Chris. And
boy, hey, he
the
didn't
ball
miss
will
that by
stay
much.
around, but not enough.
He didn't miss that by much.
We'll have that ball cleared away as it's in the right-hand channel where Chris is aiming.
I'd hate to see him lose that one to the right and nail that ball. Who knows where that ball would end up if that happened, or what it might take on its way out.
Take out some of the light fixtures here. So So opens for both bowlers. Chris does gain 1 pin and count, so the lead drops to 8 now for Bruno DeFeo. What a great match going here.
Right in the hunt, kid. No, 10. That's all right. We were just
Cindy Sissom working the big scoreboard here, and she had forgotten that that was a 10 and not a spare for Chris Sargent, and everybody started yelling at her. She said, I knew that.
Tough crowd. Wow. Poor girl's got to run down, clear the wood, come back, remember what it is, and God help if she makes a little mistake.
That's right. Well, Bruno DeFeo is going to have a spare leave here in the 7th on the 5 and the 8 with favorable wood. Yes, sir. 7 marks for each bowler now. The difference, the double strike. Bruno DeFeo back in the first game.
That's right. Look back right now, sure, it certainly is. That was a swing of a lot of pins.
Bruno just coming up short of the head pin, but the 1, 2, and 7.
And another nice piece of wood behind, angled toward the 7, touching the 2 pin. Another one behind the 1 and the 2. First order of business, have the head pin.
Right there.
Oh,
Ooh, and that's all he has.
Yeah. 2 full, 1 way or 1/4 of an inch either way, and he's got the spare. But he does put 1 up.
And there's the 10 bucks.
You understand all they're saying? It's kind of a
Wouldn't all
low
talk at
roar.
once. Yeah.
Must be bowling jingle or something. I think basically it was get a spare or strike, but
Well,
he's listening.
he's got a shot. The single. And the wood coming.
There you go. Little guy, Chris. Go get it.
That's it. Well, that's an important mark, I would say, for Chris, Dan, after having missed that single 2 boxes ago.
Yeah, plus he matches Bruno's up there, so he's going to keep it around the single figures, depending on the fill.
7.
Oh, yeah. Get the broom out,
Could be looking at a sweep here from right to left on that right-hand piece of wood.
If you missed it, somebody in the crowd said, get the broom out. I hope that wood might be too deep on him now. Oh, he's going to take the one out front. I don't think the audience had quite the... No, even the reaction of Chris that he kind of took a deep breath saying, that's not really all I wanted to do. I was shooting at that wood in the 5 pin to sweep across. But he'll take it. He won't give it back.
Praise the Lord.
Bruno DeFeo right back in.
No
Big
doubt about
strike.
that one.
Oh, in the 9th.
Stubborn 10 pin, walks across, finally goes down. Hello.
Well,
I lost that one a little bit to the right. In fact, a lot to the right. But luckily, he's on a strike.
Seven is the fill. I make it 6. And the 9. 127. 2-game total, 269 for Bruno DeFeo. Chris Sargent with a chance for bonus money, working on 2 spares in a row. Four horsemen right for $25. Chris now trails by just 2, but he's opposite a strike. Coming back. Not all the way, though.
Have that 10 now. Come on. There you go.
All right, come on, go.
129 through 9.
Come on now. Come on. Don't change a thing.
Well,
Come on. Here, Chris. Come on now. Have one here now.
if Chris were to throw a mark and an 8, we'd be dead even.
Dead even is right. Regardless of what happens, this match is going to be extremely close with 1 game to go.
Oh, kicks out the 4 pin. He got a bad break on a similar shot earlier where he left 4, but of course he converted it. Let's see what he does here on the 610. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Mark number 10. 8 pins to tie it up. 9 to take the lead in the match. Off the head pin, but he'll take 7, and this will be a 1-pin match going to the final game, as it should be. 146 for Chris Sargent, 268. Bruno DeFeo, 1 pin better at 269 with 1 game to decide the championship. And we'll have it here on the Winds of New England right after these words.
Oh, what a fitting climax to this ladder championship. 1 pin separating both bowlers, 269, 268, and as we progress here, we'll be watching the scores to beat as far as qualifying.
Oh, strike for Chris Sargent. I was just going to say, Dan, that the match has been so exciting. We really haven't thought too much about the total scores here, but I figure both of these guys are going to be at or near 400.
And I thought I could talk a little faster than you, but I'm not any faster. He throws strikes before you can get the thought out. Ooh, right through the middle this time, but let's see. Oh, he's got a chance. A piece of wood against the 2-pin could sweep from left to right. He didn't have to think about it too long. That's where he's going.
Yes! Fair on strike.
Well, right now, John Plant sits in number 4 spot at 344.
No,
He's
he
gone.
doesn't. He sits in number 5.
That's right. That one is definitely
I
gone.
think that's safe to say.
And then Jackie Quinn and Tom Morgan at 397. They're definitely in jeopardy the way these guys are bowling.
Bruno trying to answer. He'll have a spare leave. The 1 and 2.
Of course, to catch Paul Berger, 454. You're looking at 170-something games, so it's not out of the question, but it's going to be tough.
Nope. Yeah, it would take something spectacular to catch Paul Berger even at this pace. Well, Bruno will have another 2-pin leave. This one a little different, the 9 and 10. By the way, with that performance last week, Chris Sargent became only the 5th bowler to roll 20 marks in a match. Here on Stars and Strikes, great shot.
Great shot is right. Used the wood effectively in front of the 10 to carry that 9. Just barely caught it. Watch this.
Chris Sargent with an opportunity for bonus money. A little full that time. This will be a $25 shot if he makes it.
Worth a lot more than that, but that's what we'll give him if he makes it.
Oh, yes! Oh, yeah! The 3, the 4, and the 6.
Just no doubt about it. As soon as it left his hand, you knew he had a chance at it.
Chris Sargent on the board for bonus money. Looking for more. 9 drop. Spare again, 25 more. Somebody just said, gotta be the shirt. Bruno DeFeo on his mark, look out. He has a solid 9 drop with a tap on the 6-pin.
Well, it's early in this 3rd game, but this is a crucial mark for Bruno. Oh, he's frozen, no problem there.
Come
10 marks for Bruno DeFeo, 14 marks for Chris Sargent. Bruno with a bonus money chance here now, and he will have to earn it as well.
Yeah, he just lofted that one further out in the lane than he normally does and caused the ball to go just left of the head pin. Leads himself to 1, 3, 7, 8. Piece of wood in front of the 3, but he's got to have the head pin. He's got a chance.
Oh, wow. Well, that will bring us, as we head to this break, it'll bring Chris Sargent into the lead. An 8 box for Bruno DeFeo. Chris Sargent now leads the match by 12, plus the very important fill on that spare where the cursor is flashing. And we'll be back to wrap it up. See who wins this championship here on Stars and Strikes after these words. Chris Sargent has started this 3rd game with 4 consecutive marks. He's got $50 in bonus money already. He's retaken the lead after trailing by 20 earlier. And he's got what? Oh my, just 8.
He just buried that ball too.
Not a very good 8 either.
He's negotiating with the wood that's moving on the plate.
Crystal, let this one get away.
Come on, right into the sidewall there, Chris. Come on.
Well, it'll all depend on what flies where.
It looks to me below the red line right now, and that's number 5 in a row. Doesn't want to come too high in it.
Put it.
There it is.
That was tailor-made.
Well, last week, Chris had only 1 open box in the 3rd game. He started with 3 in a row, then he had a 10 box, and then he finished the match with 6 marks in a row. This week, he started the 3rd game with 5 in a row.
When we talk about Paul Berger's score, he's halfway there.
Especially if he keeps doing this. 93 half for Chris Sargent.
He's more than halfway there.
And another one. That's $100 in bonus money in this game. And he's really putting the heat on Bruno DeFeo now.
Bruno is sitting with 53 after 4. You know, some of us would give our left arms for 53 after 4. Notice I said left because I'm a right-hander, but hey, it's he's in some trouble.
Come on, give him one shot.
Well, 3, 6, and 7, no wood.
Well, going to split the 3 and the 6. I'd rather have the 7 standing than the 4 or the 2. It's the deepest pin in that rack, so not to be. So he's going to drop another 9 pins, and the lead's going to balloon to almost 30. And he still faces another mark.
In fact, the lead is 31 now.
That's the lucky ball. Throw it once.
Chris Sargent at 103 plus a ball in the 6th. Just so that you know, if you haven't done the math, Chris Sargent would need 186 to tie Paul Berger. And coincidentally, he has exactly half of that, 93 through 5.
And that's without a double strike. That's strike, spare 7, spare 9, spare 8, spare 9, spare.
And Bruno just had 2 very difficult leaves in this trip. And he is going to be in some trouble here coming down to the last 4 boxes.
Yeah, he's 4 marks away from Chris right now at 32 pins, but Chris is going to increase that, so he could be in a double strike situation when he gets back up there. Meanwhile, Mr. Sargent.
Let's let the crowd call this one.
Yeah.
Through the middle, 6. He's got 6 straight marks. not this time.
All right.
8 for 117. The bonus money string ends at $100.
He's already at 385, so he's going to climb into second. It's just a matter of he's going to need some strikes now to catch Paul Berger.
That one working now.
That's assuming he wins the match.
A little heavy, but, well, he needed one more pin to carry. It didn't go. But there's enough wood around. He knocked 8 pins down. 4 of them are still there. It's surprising how hard he throws the ball that he would leave 4 pins on the plate like that.
There you go. Find a way.
You know,
Whirly whirl here.
I'd almost go with that piece of wood in the back because he's got it, you know, hard to describe it before he throws the ball.
Oh, wow. Well, I think you may have had something there.
Yeah.
That extreme right-hand piece of wood.
Right.
It was only about half visible. But it's a 9-box for Chris, 126. And here's what we were talking about. That very right-hand piece of wood might have been able to deflect off it and get the 10-pin, but we'll never know. Hard to argue with what Chris has done today,
Yeah.
or last week.
Sitting
either.
back here with a microphone in front of me, and Chris is up there with 126 through 8 boxes. Not to mention 268 for the other 2. He's already surpassed Jack Quinn and Tom Morgan. No, not quite.
Yeah,
394.
He's 3 more. Yeah. And I can tell you also, as Bruno DeFeo almost converts, when Chris comes up for the last 2, if he were to strike out, and the 7-10 conversion for Bruno DeFeo for a 10. If Chris strikes out, he will tie Paul Berger at 454. Bruno just getting no breaks at all here in the third game. It's very similar to the first one.
Yeah.
2, 5, and 8. The 2-pin moved off its spot a little bit so you can see a little more of the 8-pin.
And, oh my, robbed. Well, mathematically, there is still a chance for Bruno DeFeo. Chris, however, can lock him out with a mark in any kind of a fill.
Come on now, Chris. What do you say? Get a couple right here, Chris. Come on.
And, of course, he could make it real interesting if he were to put a couple of strikes up.
Nothing lazy now, Chris. Come on. Gotta work.
Oh, my. Well, Paul Berger's 454 is safe.
Come on, get 6.
Kevin Davis in the crowd, he says, give me 2. He gave him 2, the 1 and the 5. I think Kevin had other things in mind, but
This box takes Chris past 397, and therefore past both Tom Morgan and Jack Quinn. In fact, that 8 box gives him 402 with a box to go.
Let's see one hammer here. Come on, right here.
so Paul Berger is safe. So it's just a matter of pushing himself farther into second place with another mark.
Well, of course, let's keep in mind, too, if he doesn't mark here, I was going to say, if he doesn't mark here in the 10th, there would still have been a chance for Bruno DeFeo. Anything above a 7 here
Come on now.
on the fill
Lock it in.
will lock it out.
Turn.
One more to do it.
But there's still room for Bruno to get some bonus money, too. So.
Yes. So that wraps it up officially. The 9 fill on the strike, 153, and it's a 421. 421 for Chris Sargent.
Guess he was a little tired from last week. 421 instead of 450.
Everything will happen for Bruno now, probably. Spare leave here in the 9th. He's going to have a fine score, too. But it won't be enough. He'll have to settle for $500. Second place prize money. He already has $50 in bonus money, and he still has room for more here if he can crowd a couple more marks in.
Come on now.
And we'll see a high-low jack opportunity here. Not to be. We will quickly hustle out to our final break here, and we'll come back, talk to both bowlers, and present the big checks and have a go at our bonus ball contest. Chris Sargent is the champion of this series on Stars and Strikes. We'll be back. We're back here on Stars and Strikes, and unfortunately running very short on time, but there's plenty of time to give Bruno DeFeo a $500 check, a 385, sir, a terrific score. Just not quite enough against this guy. He was tough.
Well, I ran into a buzzsaw today, so, you know, he's hot. 457 last week, 421 today. What are you going to do, you know? Well, maybe, you know, a little snake bit on this show, so maybe I'll come back next time, you know?
Congratulations, Bruno. Thanks very much. We'll see you again. Bruno DeFeo with a fine effort, and now Chris Sargent to roll the bonus ball. $30 in the jackpot. This is Chris's third time in a row at this now, and, well, it's dropping by one each time. He had a winner with a 7 2 weeks ago. Last week a 6, this time a 5. Not a match, Chris. Mitzi Walton from Drake, Mass. Congratulations, Mitzi. You didn't win the jackpot, but you will be receiving a nice gift from all of us here at TV50 and the NHCBA. Well, I have a little check here for $1,000 for you. You added another $100 in bonus money today. You had $200 last week. So all in all, a pretty good payday. And boy, these last two shows, just very, very much on target.
Yes, I finally found my zone again. So, so I started out rough, but I found it again. So
enjoy the next 4 weeks. We will see you in 5 weeks when we start the Tournament of Champions.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Chris. Thanks very much. A fine round of applause for Chris, and well-deserved with 3 great wins, but the last 2 particularly terrific.
Just phenomenal. And, boy, welcome addition to the Tournament of Champions. Don't miss that.
It'll be his first appearance in the tournament, and, of course, he's now the number 2 seed with that 421. But there's still one more bowler that has to qualify, and we'll start down that road next week. Don't forget to join us here on Stars and Strikes. In the meantime, for Dan Murphy and the whole crew, I'm Doug Brown. Have a great week, everybody.